Imagine this. You finish a really long day, step out into your own backyard, and just sink into warm, bubbling water. Pure bliss, right? What if that kind of luxury, that deep relaxation, wasn't some far-off dream? What if it was simpler, more affordable, and way more accessible than you ever imagined? Today, we're diving deep into exactly that promise. We're looking at the SaluSpa Monterey AirJet Outdoor Inflatable Square Hot Tub. We've pulled together everything, the product details, the specs, and crucially, a ton of direct customer feedback.
Yeah, our mission today is to really unpack what makes this thing tick, what's so appealing about it. We'll highlight the clever features, the things that make it work, share those real-world stories from people who actually own one, and ultimately help you figure out if this kind of portable oasis, this inflatable hot tub, is the right fit for your relaxation needs.
Okay, let's get into it then. What makes the SaluSpa Monterey so intriguing, beyond just being, an inflatable hot tub?
Well, first off, it's the whole concept. This isn't your traditional built-in ground-level hot tub. Not at all. The SaluSpa Monterey AirJet is designed from the ground up for, ease and portability. It's about bringing that spa feeling to you, basically wherever you have space for it, and doing it quickly.
So a really flexible solution then. What are the sort of core specs someone should know if they're thinking about getting one?
Okay, so size-wise, when it's inflated, it's 71 inches by 71 inches square and 26 inches high. It's about 1.8 meters square by 66 centimeters tall. It's actually pretty roomy. They say it's designed for up to 6 adults.
6 adults?
That's the official capacity. Though, looking at what users say, maybe 4 adults is more realistic if you want like proper stretching room, comfortable room. Water capacity, when it's about 80% full, is 205 gallons. That's 778 liters. And the box comes with pretty much everything you need to get going. The spa itself, naturally, a cover. The pump unit.
The pump does everything right. Inflation, heating.
Exactly. It inflates, heats, filters, and runs the jets. You also get a filter cartridge, a Type 6, the ChemConnect dispenser for chlorine, and even a repair patch, just in case. And it's worth mentioning SaluSpa's background. They claim to be the original folks who made the first premium portable spa. They talk about having over a decade of engineering innovations. That's quite a claim in this market, suggesting they've been refining this idea for a while.
Okay, basics covered. But the real magic of a hot tub is the experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what are the standout features here, the things that actually deliver that relaxation that make it more than just a warm inflatable box?
Right, this is where it gets interesting. The heart of it is the massage system.
Yeah.
The AirJet system. It's not just a couple of weak bubbles, it has 140 jets. These are placed around the bottom and they release streams of bubbles, creating this warm, really quite immersive bubbling massage environment.
140 jets. So is it like a powerful targeted massage like you'd get in a permanent tub, or is it more of an all-over bubbly feeling?
It's definitely more that soothing, relaxing, all-over bubbling massage. Think gentle, invigorating bubbles rather than those high-pressure water jets. Users describe it as really relaxing, therapeutic even. It definitely turns a simple soak into something more active. And controlling the heat is super easy. There's a digital panel, easy to reach, heats the water up to 104 Fahrenheit, that's 40 Celsius.
Which is pretty standard, right? 104F.
Exactly. But what's quite clever is the power-saving timer. This lets you program the heating schedule up to 40 days in advance.
40 days, wow. So you could set it on like a Monday to be hot for Friday evening?
Precisely. You come home, it's ready. You're not wasting energy heating it constantly if you only use it weekends, for example.
Yeah.
It mainly helps with convenience and, avoiding heating when you don't need it. Heating is the big energy draw after all. Now, talking about inflatables, durability is always a question mark, isn't it? How does this hold up?
Yeah, that's a big one. Inflatable can make you think of like pool toys that don't last.
Right. They tackle that directly with the wall material. It's called Tritech. It's a 3-layer reinforced material. Apparently stress tested, designed for better durability. Puncture resistance is not just thin PVC. And crucially, it's meant to resist stretching. So the spa keeps its shape better over time, even if you inflate and deflate it multiple times. It's built tougher than you might first think.
Okay, robust materials. That's good to hear. But what about winter? You mentioned portability, but can you actually use this thing outdoors when it gets cold?
Oh, yes. That's a huge selling point for many people, especially in colder areas. They have this feature called Freeze Shield. It's an automatic heating function. It kicks in when the temperature drops, keeping the internal water temp between roughly 42 and 50 Fahrenheit. That's 6 to 10 Celsius. Basically, it stops the water inside the pump and pipes from freezing and causing damage.
So it protects the equipment? Does it mean you can actually use it in freezing weather?
Well, it protects the components. And as we'll see from user reviews, people do use it in pretty cold conditions. It makes year-round use a real possibility, not just a summer thing. It really changes the value proposition, doesn't
It
it?
really does. Okay, so it's tough. It can handle cold.
Yeah.
What about the initial setup, getting it inflated and filled? Is it complicated?
No, that's another area where they focused on convenience. The pump unit is like the command center. You plug it in, connect the hoses, press a button, and it inflates the spa pretty quickly. Then it handles the heating, filtering, and the massage system. Oh, and a neat little touch, the pump unit has built-in cup holders.
Cup holders. See, that's essential hot tub tech right there.
Isn't it just? For drinks, snacks, whatever.
Yeah.
Adds the whole relaxation vibe.
Definitely. Okay, what about keeping the water clean? That's always a big part of hot tub ownership.
Absolutely. It's got an integrated filtration system. That's step one.
Yeah.
Uses those Type 6 cartridges. And for the chemicals, it includes that ChemConnect dispenser I mentioned. You load it with your chlorine tablets, attach it to one of the water outlets inside a spa, and it dissolves and disperses the chlorine evenly. Helps avoid, pockets of strong chemicals.
So filtering and chemical dispensing are built in. And when you're not using it, does it come with a decent cover?
Yes, it comes with a reinforced cover. It has clips to secure it down. It's designed to do two main things. Lock in heat, which is really important for energy efficiency, especially with that timer function, and also keep leaves, dust, bugs, all that stuff out of the water. Reduces cleaning time.
Makes sense. Okay, last point before we get to user reviews, safety. Electrical appliance, outdoors, water. What are the must-knows?
Absolutely critical. It has a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, built into the plug for basic protection, and a ground detection system to check the outlet is properly grounded. But the absolute non-negotiable rule, and this stresses heavily, do not use an extension cord, ever. No multi-plug adapters either. It must plug directly into a properly grounded wall socket. The specs are 110, 120 VAC, 60 Hertz, single phase, needing a 12 amp circuit at 68 Fahrenheit ambient temp. Outdoor installation is preferred. Indoor has extra ventilation and drainage requirements you'd need to check carefully. But that direct plug-in, that's paramount. Got it. Direct connection to a grounded outlet. No shortcuts. Super important. Okay, so we've got the features, the tech, the safety. How does this all translate into real-world use? We've got over 1,200 ratings, 650 reviews. What are people actually saying? Well, the overall picture is definitely positive. It averages 4 out of 5 stars. That's pretty solid from that many people. Tells you that for most users, it's delivering on its promises. Diving into the specifics, the pros that come up again and again. First, price point and value. People really feel they're getting a lot for their money. We saw Raquel calling it fabulous for the price, a great deal. Someone else just said a great investment. It makes owning a hot tub feel achievable.
Yeah. Compared to a permanent one, the cost difference is huge.
Exactly. Then there's the ease of setup. This gets mentioned constantly. Blake said 30 minutes or less. Crystal's husband had it running in less than 2 hours. Sheila put it simply, it is so easy to set up, just inflate it and fill it up. That's a massive win.
30 minutes, that's amazing. It really leans into that portable, non-permanent idea.
It really does. And people genuinely find it comfortable and relaxing. Raquel mentioned it helped with her leg cramps and arthritis. Jeff loved it after a hard day's work for soreness. And Madison was surprised, saying the base was surprisingly soft to sit on, which you might not expect from an inflatable.
Okay, and the winter performance. You mentioned Free Shield, but does it actually work well enough for people in cold places?
This is where the user feedback gets really interesting. Madison, who lives somewhere very cold, reported it held 104 Fahrenheit, even when it hit -12 outside, with snow for 2 days straight. Said her electric bill only went up about $100 for a whole month of using it like that.
Only $100 extra in deep winter. That's better than I would have expected.
Right. And another anonymous user up in northern Wisconsin also talked about using it comfortably midwinter. So yes, it seems genuinely capable for year-round use, if managed correctly.
Which we'll get back to, I suspect. What about durability over time? Does it feel flimsy?
Generally, no. People seem impressed. Jeff said it seems sturdy and tough. Blake called it well-built. And Madison had that funny story about her neighbor's cat napping on the lid, no holes. That's a pretty good real-world test.
Definitely. Okay, so lots of positives. But let's be real, no product is perfect. What are the quirks, the challenges, the potential downsides people run into?
Fair point. There are definitely nuances. One area is water temperature during use. Raquel wished it could get hotter than 104F, even though that's the max setting. More commonly, Sheila noted that temperature does go down once you get in and turn on the jets. That's the bubbles bringing in cooler air. But she also said it stays perfectly hot for 30-45 minutes, which is a pretty standard soak time, so it holds heat well enough for a good session.
Okay, so maybe manage expectations there. Won't stay at peak temp indefinitely with the bubbles blasting. What about ongoing upkeep?
Yes, maintenance effort. It's not zero. An anonymous user pointed out it needs to be drained and washed monthly. Filters require frequent change. Blake reminded people it doesn't include a startup chemical kit, so budget for that separately. And SND 6 Mom found keeping the filter clean was hard, so you need to be prepared for some routine cleaning and chemical balancing.
Right, standard hot tub stuff, but maybe more frequent filter cleaning needed here. And back to the cold weather use, you said, if managed correctly. What's the catch?
This is a really important one that came up repeatedly. Operating cost in the cold, specifically relating to insulation. One user gave a stark warning. There was very little insulation on the bottom. Their advice: put insulation underneath it. They claimed otherwise your first electric bill will be more than the cost of the hot tub. Now that might be an exaggeration, but the point is clear.
Wow. So the free shield protects it, but doesn't make it super efficient on its own in the cold.
Exactly. And this wasn't just one person. Sheila, that user in Wisconsin, Madison, Regina, they all independently recommended putting it on foam boards or some kind of insulation pad. That seems to be the key user hack for making it efficient and affordable to run year-round in colder climates. Insulate the base.
That's a fantastic practical tip straight from the users. Crucial info. Any other major downsides? Any serious reliability issues reported?
They seem relatively rare, given the number of positive reviews, but yes, there were some specific durability issues. SMD 6 Mom unfortunately had theirs start losing water after about 6 months. Otis encountered an EO2 error code, usually related to water flow or the pump, after just 5 uses in the first week. So while most seem reliable, like any manufactured product, you can occasionally get a faulty unit or run into problems down the line.
Okay. And any last little niggly points? Minor things people mentioned?
A couple small things. The cover isn't totally airtight, so some fine debris might still get in. Needs vigilance. The cover buckles, while secure, were noted as potentially difficult to open for someone with, say, arthritis or weaker hands. And Madison, despite loving hers, did mention the bubbles are loud, so it's not silent when the jets are running. Expect some motor bubble noise. So pulling all that together, it really raises the question, who is this actually for? Who would get the most benefit and who might want to look elsewhere?
Right, connecting those dots. It seems absolutely ideal for someone looking for an affordable, portable way into the hot tub experience, like Raquel and Vicky found. Someone who doesn't want the cost or permanence of a traditional spa. It's also great for people seeking daily relaxation, maybe help with muscle soreness, cramps, arthritis, like Jeff and Raquel mentioned, and definitely someone who's okay with a bit of DIY setup, which is easy here, and comfortable with that regular maintenance routine. Draining, filters, chemicals.
And importantly, if you're in a colder climate, you need to be prepared to add that extra insulation underneath. That foam board trick seems key for efficiency and cost. And absolutely fundamentally, you need that proper grounded electrical outlet. Ready to go. No extension cords. That's non-negotiable.
Crucial safety point. And there was that location restriction too, wasn't there?
Yes, important logistics. This specific SaluSpa Monterey model can't be sold in California, Massachusetts, Maine, New Jersey, Nevada, New York, Oregon, or Rhode Island due to state regulations. If you're in one of those states, you need to look for a different comparable model, maybe from Bestway, perhaps one bundled with an energy-efficient cover.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, what's the final verdict for you, the listener? The SaluSpa Monterey AirJet clearly delivers on its core promise. An accessible personal hot tub. It's genuinely innovative for backyard relaxation. People praise its easy setup, its surprising durability, and that really effective, soothing massage system.
Yeah, and looking at the bigger picture, this product is a great example of how smart engineering can sort of democratize luxury. It brings real relaxation and comfort into reach for a lot more people, without that massive investment or commitment of a traditional spa. It challenges what we even think a hot tub has to be.
So think about your space. Think about that peace and relaxation you're craving. How easily could something like this fit into your daily routine? What kind of everyday luxury, what moment of escape could you bring into your life with a product designed for accessibility like this? And that wraps up our deep dive into the SaluSpa Monterey AirJet Outdoor Inflatable Hot Tub. If you've listened to all this and thought, yeah, I want that bubbling oasis in my backyard, well, good news. You can find the link to purchase the SaluSpa Monterey AirJet Hot Tub right there in the description below.